to the moment, I would say that when we speak of editorial sector, we focus mainly on books, magazines, right? However, now there is a sort of wide discussion because there are new means coming into editorial, like, for example, e-books, multimedia things, etc. How do you think design is moving in this new means of editorial communication?
Well, this is an area that I'm not as familiar with, to be real truthful. Most of the books that I'm sure all the books that I've written are probably in some way an e-book or online or some form like that, but I haven't seen much done with it. You know, nothing that really excites me yet. So I don't have much of an opinion on it.
Going then to books, for example, most editors say covers are very important,
yes,
right? But at the same time, it is like if they don't take any risk on covers. If you go to one of these big bookshops, I mean, probably you see that covers are highly conservative in their content. And is it like if they're not taking any risk on a different design to or a revolutionary image, let's say, just going to probably bright things or big letters, something like that. But there's been a time, probably in the 70s, in which design in books, there was really new things coming in. Is this a trend, you think, or what's happening with editors?
Yeah,
when they come for those covers, they want to call you in the book.
There's a few editors, there's a few publishing houses, a few editors that can get away with what they want. But a lot of book design, or book cover design, is driven by the big bookstores and what they allow and how to get the best display, if that makes sense. I actually talked with a book editor, young guy, and I think he works at Random House, and I was asking him, isn't this fun? Oh, this is exciting. You get to do all these books of these famous authors, and they were all fiction covers. Isn't that a fun job? He said, well, it's kind of disappointing, actually, because there has to be a certain amount of book that is above the book below it. It has to look good. If it's flat, it has to look good from the spine side, but it's all kind of a science. So yeah, there's some designers who can get away with it because they're either big authors, but in that case, then the author's name drives the design because it's very big, very secondary to the design of the book. So it is kind of turned into a science almost, driven by Amazon and Barnes and Noble and all the really big booksellers.
So in a sense, let's say the booksellers are determining the design criteria for publishers.
Another real, and I would say problem, but because books are sold on the internet, they need to look good this big.
Yeah, that's true.
They need
because
to look
you can't afford to put a
so anything tiny and nice fine lines, it could be beautiful if you're holding it in your hands, but if it doesn't look good like this, they won't use it.
Interesting. Very interesting. Things that sometimes we don't think of, but they are there. I mean, there's people thinking.
Oh yeah.
If you go through a list with covers that
the money
size,
people.
you know that has to be has to catch your attention as well.
Yes.
All right.